If your best friend came to you feeling exhausted, overwhelmed, like they're failing at everything, what would you say to them? Probably you would say something like, "You're doing your best. You're a human. It's okay if things don't go as fast as you want. It's okay if you can take some time to rest." Now, the real question is, why can't you say the same thing to yourself? Because if you're a perfectionist, a high achieving professional, a leader, a manager, somebody who's constantly overthinking your next move or bearing a lot of responsibilities, kindness is probably the last thing that you allow yourself. You believe pushing yourself harder will get you ahead, but all it's doing is burning you out. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Vassia, psychologist and perfectionism expert. And here we talk about progress, not perfection. Because I know that being hard on yourself might feel like the only way to succeed, but I'm here to show you a better, more sustainable, and healthier way to do that. So don't forget to hit subscribe so that you can get more tips and strategies on how to succeed and grow on a personal but a professional level as well. In this video, we are going to understand why it's so hard to be kind to yourself. We're all struggling with that. Don't assume that it's easy for everybody, especially as perfectionists and high achievers. We are going to learn 3 practical tools how to treat yourself with the same compassion you're giving to others. And we are going to help you here shift your mindset so that you can keep striving for success without tearing yourself apart in the process. And before we dive in, if you have been stuck in perfectionism, the overworking, the self criticizing and self blaming, the procrastinating, the endless guilt, I have created something especially for you. My program, How to Stop Perfectionism and Start Living, will guide you step by step to let go of perfectionistic habits, find balance, and start truly living. You will find all the details in the description below. Let's start with the why. Why does kindness to yourself matter, and what's stopping you? Here's the truth. Self-kindness is not about being soft or lazy. It's about resilience. It's about success. Dr. Christine Neff's research on self-compassion shows that people who treat themselves kindly are not only happier, but they're more productive, they're more resilient, they're more confident. Now, think about this. Perfectionists like you and me, I've told a million times that I'm a recovering perfectionist, often mistake self criticism for motivation. We think that if we stop pushing ourselves, we will lose our edge. Who's going to tell our mistakes? Who's going to give us feedback, real feedback? That's why we keep criticizing ourselves in such a way. But in reality, harsh self talk does the opposite. It creates anxiety. It creates analysis paralysis. It creates procrastination. So I see that all the time with my clients. Let's take Anna, for example, a talented entrepreneur who used to beat herself up for every little mistake. And her mindset was, I cannot let myself off the hook. If I do, I will fail. So it was the fear of failure that was keeping this inner critic alive. But the constant self criticism drained her creativity and confidence. And only when she learned in my program how to approach herself with self compassion, and to see the mistakes as opportunities, and to learn actually the techniques, how to reframe, how to do this cognitive restructuring, that was the only moment that she started leading herself to growth. That was when she started thriving. She still works hard, not, don't think that she's just enjoying holidays in Hawaii 24/7, but she's kinder to herself. And that allows her to work faster, to work with more joy, to have more energy without burning out. And then why is it so hard to be kind to ourselves? First, because of the perfectionistic mindset, as we said, you think that you will deserve kindness only when you're perfect. You see this conditional acceptance that we are offering to ourselves. Only when I'm perfect, only when I achieve, then I deserve kindness. I deserve joy. I deserve rest. All these things that we have been depriving ourselves of. And also there's the fear of failure. We are terrified that if we're kind to ourselves, then we're going to lose our drive. It's a very loud inner critic that hides behind perfectionism, demanding, guilt-tripping voice that has been there with us for years, and that's why it's difficult to uproot it in just one day. And we keep repeating to ourselves, we should be doing more, we should have been growing faster, you're not good enough, etc. So here's a quick reframe. Think of self kindness as the voice of a coach. A coach would never speak to you like that. Maybe an old school coach, but it's not. It doesn't work anymore. A coach would use that voice, not a critic. The coach sees your potential and supports you, but doesn't tear you down in the process. So here are three tools, practical tools, so that you can start being kind to yourself. First one, the self-compassion pause. When is the next time that you catch yourself in this spiral of self-criticism? I want you to pause and ask, what would I say to a dear friend in this situation? And even better, what would I say to my child in this situation? Doesn't matter whether you have a child or not. Would you tell them, like, oh my God, you haven't done anything, you should have been doing more, why are you so lazy, why are you so slow, etc.? No, of course not. You would say, well, it's okay, you're learning. It's okay, you're going to get through this. We're growing. You're already better than how you were last week, last year. These were the words that you would say to them. So then, pause and try saying the same words to yourself. I know it feels uncomfortable and it feels unnatural in the beginning, but trust me, this small pause will change the way you respond to setbacks. And that's game changing. Tool number two, reframing mistakes with growth language. Perfectionists, they tend to catastrophize every mistake. It's going to be the end of the world. Everybody will remember. Everybody's judging me at the moment. Nobody will ever give me any project, or I will lose all my clients. See, there's a lot of always, never, everybody there. So we tend to catastrophize and overgeneralize. So instead, what I want you to do is when you catch yourself thinking, I failed, nobody will ever trust me again, and all these things that we said before, stop and reframe it. This is hard, but I'm learning. I gave it my best today, and that's enough. Yes, there will be people that will judge me for that, but the people that I want to work with, they know that this is part of the process. So remember, self kindness does not move accountability. It's again, you're not becoming a lazy, irresponsible person. Self compassion and self kindness actually helps you bounce back faster, earlier. So just like Anna that I mentioned before, who turned her mistakes into growth, she started seeing failure as part of success, and then she was less impacted in a negative way by this. The third tool that I want to share with you, and actually this is quite a positive one, the small wins journal. Start keeping a small wins journal. Like every day, at the end of the day, write down one thing you did well today, one way you showed up for yourself or others, one thing you're grateful for. That's the small wins journal. Why? Because perfectionists, we tend to dismiss small successes, and we always aim for the big success, the big result, the big achievements. And just because we see success as a moving past, we not even celebrate this one, the big achievement, because we already set the next one. So celebrating the small wins builds confidence and reminds you that progress, not perfection, is what really matters. What I want you to take from this is this mindset shift that we are trying to implement here. Self kindness is not a reward for being perfect or for being successful. Actually, it's the foundation for success. It's what allows you to learn, to grow, and to recover from setbacks without losing yourself in the process. And you can strive for excellence and still be kind to yourself along the way. Did this message resonate with you? If yes, then you're ready to break free from perfection. Well done. And then, if you're ready to take the next step together with me, I would invite you to my program, How to Stop Perfectionism and Start Living. It's designed specifically for professional entrepreneurs and leaders like you who want to succeed without burning themselves out. And you will find all the details in the description below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, of course, to the channel, and hit the bell so that you don't miss any future content. You deserve the same kindness you give to others, and it starts today. Progress, not perfection. Thank you for watching. See you next week.